What I'd like to do here is show you how one simple little symbol can make or break your buying decision when you're buying off the plan for an apartment. Let's zoom in. Let's just say this is the apartment that you're being shown to purchase, or you're looking at purchasing this actual apartment. What you're looking at is a plan. It's a two-dimensional plan. All you see is the number of bedrooms. You see the living area, the dining area, the kitchen, the ensuite, the master bedroom, the laundry, and so on. But what I want to do is show you how house apartments get assessed. And one of the things that we look at is the perspectives. And you can do this as well. Let's just say you are interested in the way that the ensuite looks, because who doesn't love a great ensuite, right? But if you look at this, let's zoom into this plan here. Here is your ensuite. So you walk in off the main living area into your master bedroom. You turn right, entering into your ensuite. What do you see? You see two vanity bowls. You see a bathtub. You see a shower area. You see the toilet area. But that's it. This is all you see in this two-dimensional space. You can't make a decision based on this alone. So what we do, we need to go to what's called the elevation drawings, or the elevated drawings. So let's go to the elevated drawings page. So this is one whole page on the elevations on this plan. I want you to zoom in and focus just on this area right here. And that's what the designer's done. They make our job quite easy when you think about it to be able to make an informed decision. Now what we'll do is we'll actually zoom into just the ensuite area. So this is a little snippet of that larger plan that I showed you earlier. Again, the entry is this way. You walk into your master bedroom, you turn right into the ensuite. Now, on the elevation drawing, you see some different symbols going on here. See these symbols? Right, these are the arrows. These are the arrows that could make or break your buying decision. And they're all numbered. You got number 1 here, number 2's over here, and there'll be other numbers on other areas of the page. Let's just focus on arrow number 1. What does it mean? What it means is if you walked into your ensuite and stood in the middle here, but looked out towards in this direction, what would you see? What is the elevated view? So the best way to determine this is to look at the arrow. This arrow is pointed at this view, meaning everything that is along here. That's the view we're going to look at. So we look for the elevated perspective arrow, what we call a perspective arrow number 1. So let's have a look on this plan. Where is perspective number 1? There's 4, 5, and over here I find number 1. So let's zoom into number 1. So this is your perspective arrow number 1. Now what do I see in this elevated perspective? Well, there's two recesses here, or two entry points. One is going to be for the shower and the other one's going to be the toilet. But what I see here now instantly is a 3-meter ceiling. So from here to here, that's 3 meters. Although that's a really good thing to pick up, because you don't get height when you're looking at an aerial point of view of a plan. What else do I see? I see that this whole area here has got stone wall cladding. Fantastic. So I know that's going to look really stunning. I see the bathtub is put into this position, and it's basically, end to end here, which is great. It's going to fit in beautifully symmetrically. Now another thing I notice here is there is a recessed shelf right in this area. Now I'm picturing this and I'm thinking, great, you know what I can do there? You can put shampoo bottles there, you can put candles, you can put a nice bottle of champagne, some glasses, some wine, whatever. It's going to look really nice and moody and elegant. There's also a black dotted line across here. What's that? That's the LED strip underneath that lip. So it's this area is recessed. It's going to have a nice LED lighting in there. That's going to give it a beautiful ambience. So that gives me that perspective. Now I also can see where the tapware is. Again, you would not get this from the flat dimensional plan. You need to go to the perspective arrows. Now let me show you another perspective from that same elevation. So let's zoom in, and let's say we pick perspective arrow 12. Now let's have a look at perspective 12 on the elevated drawings. We look for number 12, and there it is, ensuite, elevated drawings. Now I definitely want to see how this ensuite is going to look. So go to perspective number 12, there it is there. Now let's have a look. What do I see instantly? I know underneath, stone cladding again, beautiful stone treatment underneath the drawers, the cabinetry for this ensuite. Now these drawers are suspended, meaning that there's no supports underneath. This is totally suspended, which is a beautiful look. And I also notice again the LED strip underneath. So I can imagine when I turn the light switch on, that ambient LED strip is going to light up underneath the cabinetry, and that's going to give it a beautiful mood lighting, which also means when the main lights are off, we can keep those LED strip on, and that's going to give it a great perspective. Now have a look at this. The number of there's drawers. There's a set of drawers here, 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 and here. Great. So I know there's plenty of space for storage, but I also notice there's a couple of fixed panels. Those panels are not going to be ones that operate as a drawer. Why? Because it's going to hide the basins that are underneath here. It's going to hide all the plumbing that goes on and has to be stored somewhere. So that's why those two areas are fixed. So I'm getting a good perspective now. Now I notice there's some tile work under here. Now WT3 would actually specify which tiles we're referring to in this case. But I know that these are tiles. So all of this above the bench top is going to be tiles. Then you get the glass. Now what I noticed straight away, massive amount of glass, one single pane of glass right here. Fantastic. That's going to look superb. Again, it's 3 meters tall. Now the other thing I notice is in this perspective, and you would only get this when you look at the perspective arrows, is that there's a cabinet here, which is a glass cabinet, and it opens this way. Okay, so if I'm standing here, shaving, I know I can access my shaving cabinet and materials on this side without actually having to move. You know, putting on makeup, same thing here, doesn't have to move. Can open the shelf, access all the materials. Now that's a great design feature. Again, you would not get this if it was a flat perspective when you're looking at a plan just from the aerial point of view. So keep this in mind. Make sure that you share this video with the person that you're going to make the buying decision with, because this knowledge is really only reserved mainly for the designers and the builders and the trades that are looking at these plans very finely. But in order, you know, to make sure that what you're purchasing is going to give you the two biggest things that a certified houseparsman gives you, and that is where you live is important, but also how you live. So where and how you live matters. That's the basis of a certified houseparsman. So make sure that you understand what is being presented in this video, talk about it with your significant other, and make the right decision, and make sure it's a certified houseparsman decision. All the best.